What's up, guys? There is this concept in leadership. I don't remember what the term is, but it's basically people will take as much time on whatever task you give them. They'll complete it in the amount of time that you give them. So if you give them 30 days to work on a task, they're going to take 30 days to work on the task. Now, I'm not saying there's obviously there are going to be outliers that finish early or, are super workers, but for the most part, that's how people function. But if you cut that time, if you give them 15 days, they're required to finish the work in 15 days, so they do it in 15 days. And the thing is, thinking about this concept, I think of bosses like p-diddy or Puff Daddy, forget what he goes by now, but he's a very, cutthroat sort of boss. Like, they respect him. A lot of people that work for him, they also, when you're working for someone like him, he requires work to be done quickly and with excellence. So a lot of these people, they're developing themselves by just working under a leader like this. Now, you can call that stressful, and yeah, I mean, that's one way of looking at it, especially if you don't like your work. But this is an interesting concept because you can apply this to yourself, and I found that, especially with school and stuff, it's such an easy thing to do, to procrastinate. If you were a student growing up, I'm sure you at one point may have procrastinated if that wasn't just something you did on a daily basis. But for me specifically, I find that if I can make if I can make sort of deadlines for myself that are way closer to early work being done, this is going to change my whole living dynamic, because with everything that I do, I find that if I just have a certain reference, if I have a reference that colors my actions. Just like I mentioned in a previous video, having the Iron Man changes the way I look at working out now, because everything I do is oriented towards a goal. It's not just oriented towards being in shape. So it makes everything more meaningful. So putting in certain deadlines for yourself and whatever you're doing, if you can, cut them by whatever time you want, it really does make the difference. So if I have an assignment due Saturday, or if it's due, say, the following Monday, I'll just tell myself it's due Wednesday and get it done. And then I can move on and focus on just being more productive in other things. So anyway, I thought this was interesting. It could be interpreted as common sense, but honestly, I think it's not something a lot of people or leaders think about. And if you're a leader, obviously you can use this concept for the people that you're working with, and don't push it too hard. Give people flexibility, obviously, but or if just in your personal life, whether it has to do with pretty much any area of your life that you don't want to procrastinate in anymore, just set these new deadlines for yourself and don't make them too tight, but make them tight enough where it kind of pushes you to be more productive. So anyway, guys, cool beans. Peace. Have a good one.